They laughed when she stepped onto the firing line. The snobby shooters mocked her worn jeans and simple demeanor. But as Rebecca Porter shouldered her rifle, silence fell across the range. No one expected what happened next. AT-35. Rebecca's hands bore the calluses of someone who worked the land. She wore her chestnut hair in a practical ponytail, her face carrying natural beauty unmarked by expensive products. Family photos lined her farmhouse walls, generations of Porters standing proudly in hunting gear. "You sure about this, Becky?" Her father's voice crackled through the phone. "These competition folks can be mighty unwelcoming to newcomers. Especially women," she finished his sentence. "The regional championship is next month, Dad. I need to practice on a proper range." Rebecca walked to the old oak cabinet, revealing her grandfather's rifle, a classic bolt-action, meticulously maintained. Nothing flashy, but devastatingly accurate. "A good shot isn't about strength," her grandfather used to say. "It's about patience, breathing, and knowing exactly who you are when you squeeze that trigger." The shooting range sprawled across several acres. Rebecca's mud-spattered pickup stood out among the expensive SUVs. Inside the clubhouse, she approached registration. "Day pass is $75, the attendant said, eyeing her worn jeans. "You know the long-range area is for experienced shooters, right? The beginner range is over there." "I'm familiar with firearms, thank you," Rebecca replied firmly. The long-range section. She selected the farthest station and began setting up her grandfather's rifle. Unlike the glossy tactical firearms around her, hers retained its classic appearance. "Look what wandered in," a voice stage whispered. Someone should tell her this isn't the place for Grandpa's hunting rifle. A tall man in a shooting jacket covered in sponsor patches approached. "I'm Travis. You sure you're in the right place, honey?" "I'm sure," Rebecca said simply. "That's vintage," Travis said condescendingly. "Your dad's old hunting rifle?" "Grandfather's," Rebecca corrected. "Been in the family for generations." A crowd gathered. "There's a sporting goods store that rents proper precision rifles," said a bearded man. "Might be worth checking out." "What distance are you planning to shoot?" asked a silver-haired man. "Starting at 600 yards, then moving to 800. The men exchanged glances. 600 yards with that setup? That's ambitious. Rebecca focused on her routine, shooting tight groups at 100 yards, then 300. As she prepared for 600 yards, Travis approached again. 600's a different game altogether. Wind becomes a serious factor. The men gathered, watching with skepticism. "This should be good," Travis said loudly. Travis approached her firing position. "That antique isn't designed for this kind of precision work. Would you mind stepping back? You're blocking my light." "Tell you what," Travis said. "Hit anywhere on the target at 600, and I'll personally sponsor your membership here." "And if I don't?" Rebecca asked. "Then you admit you're out of your league and pack up." "One shot," she said finally. "That's all I need." Travis laughed. "One shot. Even the best shooters don't make those kinds of claims." The silver-haired man pointed downrange. "There's an 8-inch gong at 600. Hit that." "If I hit it," Rebecca said carefully, "you all spend an hour learning proper shooting form from me." The men burst into laughter. "Deal." The range fell silent. Rebecca settled into position, focusing on her breathing. Through her scope, the gong hung at 600 yards. She ran through her calculations, adjusted for wind and temperature. She squeezed the trigger. A clear, resonant ping rang out from downrange. Direct hit. For a moment, no one moved. Rebecca calmly ejected the casing and recorded the shot details. "That could have been luck," Travis stammered. Rebecca chambered another round and fired. Another ping. She fired a third, fourth, and fifth shot, each finding its mark with unerring accuracy. 5 shots, 5 hits in less than 3 minutes. "Who are you?" Travis finally asked. "Just someone who learned to shoot before they learned to brag about it," Rebecca replied. "Now about that lesson." The silver-haired man stepped forward. "I'm Robert Coleman. That was some of the finest shooting I've seen in 20 years. "Where did you learn to shoot like that?" asked Mike, the bearded man. "My family. 5 generations of hunters. My grandfather started teaching me when I was 8. "That's competition-grade shooting," Robert said. "The regional championship next month is why I'm here practicing. My first formal competition." "Why didn't you just say so?" Travis asked. Rebecca looked at him evenly. "Would it have mattered? Or would you have found another reason to doubt me?" For the next hour, Rebecca guided them through her approach. She showed them her breathing technique, her method for calculating adjustments. "You make it look so simple," Mike commented. "Not simple," she corrected. "Fundamental. Master the basics before worrying about expensive gear." As Rebecca drove home, the setting sun painted brilliant oranges across the sky. She thought of her grandfather's words, knowing exactly who you are when you squeeze that trigger. Today, she had remembered exactly who she was. Not just a shooter, but a porter. Someone who let results speak louder than words.